This is an important follow-up to our earlier video about California Democratic Governor Gavin Newsom's staggering $787 million defamation lawsuit against Fox News. And we have some crucial updates, which include the letter that Newsom's attorney sent to Fox News directly. We have the actual lawsuit, which was filed in Delaware Superior Court, and we have clips from a recent interview on Midas Touch with Governor Newsom, all of which properly contextualize why he's finally taking the gloves off and going on offense. But before we unpack all that, if you end up liking this video and you want to support the channel, please be sure to hit the like, subscribe, and alert bells before you go. All right, friends, we have several things to look at here, several things to read, but I want to start with these clips from Governor Newsom's interview with Midas Touch. If you go to Midas Touch's channel, you can see the full interview. I definitely encourage you to do so. But here is the most important clip of all.
But what I want people to know is, gloves are off. Let's go. Enough. We're going to stand up. Truth. We're going to stand up for American people. We're going to stand up for people that are being bullied. We're going to have the backs of people that are scared. We're going to use our formal authority. I'm proud to be governor of the largest state in America. Again, I've said this before to you, 21 state populations combined. But we're also going to use our moral authority. And the extent we need to, we're also going to call out the bullshit and the propaganda and the weaponization of lies and mis and disinformation on networks like Fox. And we'll do it in every capacity. On behalf of the people I represent in the state, on an individual capacity, enough. It's time to assert ourselves much more forcefully, with character and conviction, and have the backs of people that don't have the voice that some of us have and the ability to do what some of us can do.
Love it. Love it. Love it. Love it. Love it. Listen, I'll say this. Governor Newsom has been a mixed bag for me, especially this year, especially in the aftermath of Donald Trump's victory in the 2024 election. The podcast that he launched has been, I would say, underwhelming at best, a total failure at worst, because he has been too eager to break bread with bad faith actors like Charlie Kirk and Steve Bannon, right? But this is going a long way towards redeeming him in terms of a viable fighter for the Democratic Party, in terms of his rhetorical ability, his charisma, his debate prowess, and he's now leveraging his status and his power to go on offense. This is good. More of this, please, and more of this from every Democratic politician who is in a position to do so. One other clip, and then we're going to look at some crucial documents, including that letter that I mentioned from Newsom's attorneys directly to Fox News, as well as the court filing itself. They're juicy reads.
No, I appreciate it. I think you summed it up beautifully. They knowingly misrepresented the facts. They altered and edited statements of the President of the United States, videos, and they knowingly stated that I lied about a phone call with Donald Trump. Donald Trump, as we know, lied about a phone call he had with me the day before. That call, in fact, was almost 4 days prior. Trump himself went to John Roberts of Fox to show a screenshot of the call. That call was never in question. They went on then to alter the fact that the president said it was a call the day before, and then it was weaponized further on the Jesse Waters show, who had a chyron saying Gavin lied about President Trump. And so, look,
And listen, and again, you should watch the full Midas Touch interview. He goes into more detail. He says, listen, he usually takes it on the chin when Fox acts in bad faith, but this time is a bridge too far, and it's important to take a page out of Donald Trump's playbook if there's no limiting principle on the right, and I fully agree. And again, he's embracing it on social media as well. He says, bring it on, and he gives a screenshot of the actual court filing, which we're going to take a look at here in just a second. But again, this is good. I wish we did not live in a world. I wish Donald Trump did not create a world where the right was so objectively censorious and so wrathful that Trump, using his position as the world's most powerful man, both as the president, through the FCC, and in his personal capacity while he is simultaneously the president, to go after media outlets and networks that he doesn't like. There is no counterpart to this in the Democratic Party. But if this is going to be the new norm, then good on Governor Newsom for being willing to take the gloves off and giving the right a taste of its own medicine, asking, are you sure you want to go down this road? Okay. So let's take a look. First, let's take a look at the letter that Newsom's attorney sent to Fox News directly. Dear Ms. Meeks, and that's the Executive Vice President and General Counsel, we represent Governor Gavin Newsom in connection with the false and defamatory statements made by Fox News Network host Jesse Waters about Governor Newsom. The facts underlying Governor Newsom's potential claims are straightforward. On June 7, 2025 at 1:23 a.m. Eastern Time, or June 6 at 12:23 p.m. Pacific Time, Governor Newsom and Donald Trump spoke approximately for 16 minutes. Although the contents of that conversation are not germane to this matter, suffice it to say that at no point did Trump raise the demonstrations in Los Angeles occurring at that time, nor the use of the National Guard. And when Governor Newsom attempted to discuss the situation in Los Angeles, Trump steered the topic away. That was the last time the two spoke. Nevertheless, on June 10, 2025, a reporter asked Trump, quote, "When was the last time you spoke to Governor Newsom?" End quote. Trump responded, quote, "A day ago. Called to tell him got to do a better job. He's doing a bad job, causing a lot of death and a lot of potential death." Within less than an hour, Governor Newsom responded on X, quote, "There was no call, not even a voicemail. Americans should be alarmed that a president deploying Marines onto our streets doesn't even know who he's talking to." This post was made in direct reply to another post that contained a video clip of Trump asserting on June 10th that the two had spoken a day ago, in other words, June 9th, and they provide a screenshot. No, never one to let his own lies stand in the way of further deception, Trump then apparently reached out to Fox News host John Roberts and provided him with a screenshot of Trump's call log from June 7th, not June 9th, that showed the 16-minute call. Roberts then posted the following on X and provided a screenshot, okay? Importantly, Roberts did not, in his post, provide the critical fact that on June 10th, Trump had stated that he had spoken to Newsom a day ago, nor did Roberts note that June 6th or June 7th at 1:23 a.m. is not a day ago when one is speaking on June 10th. That afternoon, while reporting on air, Roberts again referred to the matter. Perhaps realizing that June 6/7th is not a day ago from June 10th, Roberts intentionally altered how he presented Trump's comment, stating that Trump had stated that he called Governor Newsom, quote, "yesterday or the other day." That, of course, was not what Trump had said. His words were clear, quote, "a day ago." Roberts chose to present a factually incorrect picture to Fox viewers to obscure Trump's false statement of fact. Moreover, this matter is not trivial. It is about more than just misremembering a day or two regarding routine phone calls. The period of June 6th through 10th, 2025 represented an unprecedented moment. The President of the United States illegally commandeered the California National Guard and deployed uniformed troops onto the streets of Los Angeles over the governor's objections. Every hour, every Truth Social post, and every presidential utterance mattered. History was occurring in real time. It is precisely why reporters asked Trump the very question that prompted this matter. When did he last speak with Governor Newsom? It is perhaps unsurprising that a near octogenarian with a history of delusionary public statements and unhinged late-night social media screeds might confuse the dates. But Fox's decision to cover up for Trump's error cannot be so easily dismissed. That is especially true because Fox went further. That evening, Waters played an edited clip of Trump's Oval Office statement. The edit? Removing Trump's statement that he had last spoke to Governor Newsom, quote, "a day ago." Instead, Waters presented Trump as stating, quote, "called him up to tell him, got to do a better job. He's doing a bad job, causing a lot of death and a lot of potential death." After playing the clip, Waters then stated, quote, Newsom responded, and he said there wasn't a phone call. He said Trump never called him, not even a voicemail, he said. But John Roberts got Trump's call logs, and it shows Trump called him late Friday night, and they talked for 16 minutes. This is the bold part, the emphasized part. Why would Newsom lie and claim Trump never called him? Why would he do that? Fox also included the following chyron below Waters' report. Gavin lied about Trump's call. We realize you are becoming quite familiar with the elements of defamation, but as a refresher, under California law, a defamation claim comprises the following: a publication that is 2, false, 3, defamatory, 4, unprivileged, and 5, has a natural tendency to injure or cause special damage. Fox News, through Waters, defamed Governor Newsom. There can be no debate that Fox News published the statements in question. Further, calling someone a liar regarding a discrete issue is defamatory and can be shown to be true or false. Fox News cannot lay claim to any privilege because they are not accurately reporting the facts. And although Governor Newsom, as a public official, will need to prove actual malice, that will not be an impediment given that Fox News had the actual phone log showing that Trump had called Newsom days earlier, and because Fox deliberately cut from the video it aired the part of Trump's statement that showed he was mistaken and that Governor Newsom was telling the truth. Furthermore, Fox's actions violated California's unfair competition law, which prohibits, quote, any unlawful, unfair, or fraudulent business act or practice. The unfair competition law takes an expansive view of what constitutes, quote, unfair competition, defining it to include any practice that, quote, offends established public policy, that is immoral, unethical, oppressive, unscrupulous, or substantially injurious to consumers, or that has an impact on the victim that outweighs the defendant's reasons, justifications, and motives for the practice. As Jesse Waters himself said, when a news organization falsely presents an elected official's word to make them appear in a better light, it constitutes, quote, an extraordinary breach of journalistic ethics. Someone has to be fired. Fox News' Howard Kurtz similarly labeled such conduct, quote, blatantly unethical, and added that, quote, if someone on my staff did that, they'd be looking for a new job. Or as media watchdog Brent Bozell said on Fox News, a news organization should, quote, run with the answer, and critiqued other journalists for changing a public figure's statements to make them appear better. In conjunction with issuing this demand letter, Governor Newsom has commenced a civil action in Delaware with which your registered agent has now been served. Governor Newsom is prepared to voluntarily dismiss the lawsuit if Fox News retracts the claim that he lied when speaking about Donald Trump not calling him on June 9th. We expect that you will give the same airtime in retracting these falsehoods as you spent presenting and amplifying them. Further, Waters and Fox News must issue a formal on-air apology for the lie you've spread about Governor Newsom. We would be happy to speak with you about this matter if you would like. If Fox News fails to issue a formal retraction and on-air apology, we will proceed with the lawsuit so that a jury can determine Fox News' culpability and assign a monetary value to its blatantly unethical conduct. So that is the filing, or rather the letter from Newsom's attorneys to Fox News. And here's the actual filing itself. Okay, again, this is Gavin C. Newsom, plaintiff versus Fox News Network, LLC, defendant, jury trial demanded. Plaintiff Gavin C. Newsom, in his personal capacity, complaining of defendant Fox News Network, and would show the court as follows. On March 26, 2021, Dominion Voting Systems filed suit against Fox News for publishing a stream of false statements to support Donald Trump's ridiculously bogus claims about the 2020 election. Discovery in that lawsuit laid bare what was already well known, that Fox operates as a propaganda machine for Donald Trump's radical right-wing agenda. Yet even to those most acquainted with Fox's practices, the internal documents disclosed in the Dominion lawsuit painted a shocking picture of a multi-billion-dollar news organization that was willing to carry water for the president's lies while privately acknowledging the absurdity of those very lies. On April 18, 2023, on the eve of opening statements, Fox agreed to pay Dominion nearly $800 million to avoid the trial. As the Associated Press reported, quote, the agreement shows there is a real financial risk for conservative media that traffic in conspiracy theories. What remains unknown is how much of a deterrent this will be. Unfortunately, the past 2 years have shown that the Dominion settlement did not serve as the deterrent many had predicted, as Fox has continued to launder the stream of false information flowing out of the White House. Now, Governor Gavin Newsom has become the latest target of Fox's continuing efforts to lie and distort on behalf of the president. The lawsuit concerns Fox's willingness to protect Donald Trump from his own false statements by smearing his political opponent, Governor Newsom, in a dispute over when the two last spoke regarding a period of national strife. Governor Newsom is a stalwart defender of the freedom of speech and the right to express honestly held views and opinions without restraint. Yet freedom of speech does not grant the right to knowingly fabricate false statements and intentionally poison our democratic processes. By disregarding basic journalistic ethics in favor of malicious propaganda, Fox continues to play a major role in the further erosion of the bedrock principles of informed representative government. Setting the record straight and confronting Fox's dishonest practices are critical to protecting democracy from being overrun by defamation and lies. Now, having once again maliciously lied as a means to sabotage informed national discussion, Fox has violated the law and must be held accountable. Gavin Newsom is the 40th governor of the state of California and a resident of California. This action is brought in his individual capacity. Defendant Fox News Network has overseen the most-watched cable news network in America for multiple years running. The company was formed and organized under the laws of Delaware. It is wholly owned by Fox Corporation, a Delaware corporation. Fox operates the Fox Channel, the Fox Business Channel, Fox News Radio, and Fox News Digital, which includes Fox.com, FoxNews.com, and FoxBusiness.com websites. Fox's social media accounts, Fox's digital subscription services, such as Fox Nation, which it collectively refers to as Fox News Media. The Fox News and Fox Business channels are available in over 65 million households, American households. Fox News published defamatory falsehoods about Governor Newsom and republished those falsehoods across Fox's websites, social media accounts, and subscription service platforms. Through this effort, Fox's lies reached tens, if not hundreds, of millions of people outside Fox's regular viewership through further republication by others on social media. John Roberts is a Fox News personality and co-host of America Reports. At all relevant times, Roberts was an agent of Fox, and he remains under contract with Fox. And it says the same thing about Jesse Waters. Kelly May Deal is the senior producer of Jesse Waters Primetime and held that role on June 10th, 2025. And then they list others as well. This matter is straightforward, and defamatory statements made about Governor Newsom are clear. On June 6th at approximately 10:23 Pacific time, Governor Newsom and Donald Trump spoke for approximately 16 minutes. The contents of that conversation are not germane to the matter, but at no point did Trump raise the demonstrations in Los Angeles. And again, it repeats basically a lot of what was read in the letter, okay? As a matter of fact, again, it just continues to repeat what was in the letter here. Keep going. It even provides the screenshots. Provides Jesse Waters' deceptive edit of what Donald Trump said. Instead of accurately presenting Trump's words that he had spoken to Governor Newsom a day ago, Roberts told viewers that Donald Trump had spoken to Governor Newsom, quote, yesterday or the other day. On his nightly program, Waters also purposefully presented a false picture of Trump's statement. Waters aired a clip of Trump's statement, but edited out Trump saying that he spoke to Newsom, quote, a day ago. Only by misrepresenting Trump's own stated timeline of the call could Waters then show the call logs and assert that Newsom was lying when he responded to Trump's assertion on June 10th that the two had spoken a day ago. Waters, Kelly May Deal, and Mario Goncalves are responsible for the content on the June 10th, 2025 episode of Waters' show, Jesse Waters Primetime. They had in their possession the full video of Trump's statement on June 10th, 2025, in which he indicated he spoke to Governor Newsom, quote, a day ago. They had the call log that Trump provided to Roberts that showed that Newsom and Trump spoke on the night of June 6th or the very early morning of June 7th. Thus, they all knew Newsom was not lying when he disputed the June 10th, 2025 that he'd spoken to Trump a day ago. They deliberately edited the portion of Trump's statement so that viewers would not hear Trump stating that he spoke to Newsom a day ago. They knew, based the statement on Newsom, that Newsom was lying on the unreliable source for truth, Donald Trump. These acts and omissions by Fox employees deliberately presented a false picture of disagreement between Newsom and Trump. The false reports by Roberts and Waters have been amplified by far-right activists on social media, spreading the falsehood even further than it might have been had the matter been limited to these two on-air reports. Fox advanced this lie about Governor Newsom out of a desire to harm him politically. Fox harbors significant ill will towards Governor Newsom because he's a strong champion of progressive values and an articulate voice fighting the radical Fox News agenda. There's a reason that Fox sought to amplify this particular dispute and misrepresent the facts. Fox knew the dispute between Newsom and Trump implicated issues of the public's trust in their leaders. Yet instead of truthfully informing the public about the dispute, Fox once again chose to create false propaganda to defend Trump while casting Governor Newsom as dishonest. This issue is more about than just Donald Trump misrepresenting a day or two in routine phone calls, and again, it refers to the letter about the importance of this. And so, it issues the count. Count 1, defamation per se. It goes again through the list. Fox presented the matter as a Fox News alert, further indicating it was presenting facts and news to its viewers. Fox statements about Newsom are false. Newsom was not lying when he stated on June 10th that he had not spoken to Trump, quote, a day ago. They have no applicable privilege or legal authorization to make the false or defamatory statements. The Fox defamatory statements, whether taken individually or together in their cumulative impact, damage Governor Newsom. Newsom has been forced to respond to the contention that he was lying through communications professionals who would otherwise not have been so engaged. And it goes on and on and on. He's entitled to punitive damages because Fox's defamatory statements were accompanied with malice, wantonness, and a conscious desire to cause injury, and so on and so forth. It goes into vivid detail. Like I said, as a matter of fact, I plan on discussing this with friend of the show, Pisco, my Live and Learn co-host, who's an attorney. Count 2, California unfair competition law violations, and it lists those as well. Prayer for relief. Newsom respectfully requests that the court enter an award and judgment in his favor and against Fox News Network as follows. Compensatory damages in an amount to be established at trial for economic, reputational, and other injuries. Additional punitive damages in the amount of $787 million. An order enjoining Fox News from continuing to post or broadcast the false, deceptive, and fraudulent video and accompanying statements, pre- and post-judgment interest, expenses and costs, including attorney's fees, and such and other further relief as the court deems appropriate. Plaintiffs demand a trial by jury on all claims and issues so triable. Boom. There we have it, folks. I mean, there's a lot more to talk about. We could have read that in vivid detail, but we're already at 20 minutes, and this could be like a 40-minute video. We're definitely going to be paying attention to this. I just want to reiterate, I don't know if Governor Newsom will prevail here. It's entirely possible that a judge will declare this frivolous and throw it out, that, summary judgment will go against him. I don't know. This could backfire spectacularly, or it could advance and still fail. There's no guarantee that Newsom will prevail here. But what I know is, given that this is the new terrain created exclusively by Donald Trump, where powerful figures in the Republican Party seek to use their power and status and wealth to try to crush dissenting media, if that is going to be the new standard, and I wish it weren't, because I don't think that that's good for, again, as I mentioned before, for like President Biden had to have gone after Fox News, in 2023 once they paid this Dominion settlement. He never did that, but I'm glad he did not do that. But if this is the new standard, then it is good for powerful, influential Democratic politicians and leaders like Governor Newsom to fight back on such terms. In the meantime, let me know what you think in the comments.